Hi friend, this is Prashant. Today we are going to start with 7th chapter, that is sound for standard 10, right? This chapter is again I am revising from 9th standard basic topics, and again I will continue with the 10th standard. Now just check. The first term in sound, what is sound? I can say sound is a form of energy. Sound is a form of energy. Now next topic, what is wave? What is wave? Can I say wave is an oscillatory or it is vibratory motion? Wave is an oscillatory or vibratory motion. What is wave motion? We can say wave motion is one mode of transfer of energy. Wave motion is one mode of transfer of energy. Now, what are different types of waves? Different types of waves. Basically, waves are divided into two parts. Check. One is a mechanical wave. First is a mechanical wave. Now, what are mechanical waves? So, mechanical wave require medium for their propagation. The transmission के लिए they require medium. They are called mechanical waves. And second will be what? Electromagnetic waves. Second will be what? Electromagnetic waves. They do not require medium for their propagation. They are called as electromagnetic. Right? Electromagnetic we have already discussed. Still, if you want, I can write. Electromagnetic waves will start with first is gamma rays. First will be gamma rays. Second will be X-rays. Second is X-rays. Third will be ultraviolet UV rays. Fourth will be visible light. Fourth is what? Visible light. Fifth is infrared. Sixth will be microwaves. And last will be radio waves. They all are electromagnetic waves, out of which, except this four, all are invisible part of electromagnetic spectrum, right? So they do not require medium for the propagation. They all travel with the speed of light, that is 3 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second. This mechanical are further divided into two, which require medium for the propagation. Mechanical is first divided into what is progressive. First is called as progressive. Now, what is progressive? The wave which is continuously moving from source is called as progressive. The wave which is continuously moving from source is called progressive. And second will be stationary waves. Second is what? Stationary. Stationary will be they get reflected back from source. They from reflected. They call as stationary waves. Waves on the surface of say string instrument will be stationary. All string instrument, right? Now this progressive is further divided into two. One is transverse, right? It is in the form of crest and trough. And second is in the form of longitudinal, right? Which is in the form of compression, rarefaction. Again compression, again rarefaction, in that form. So our sound is a longitudinal mechanical wave which required medium for the propagation. Sound is a longitudinal mechanical wave which required medium for the propagation, right? Okay. Now we'll go with next part, that is very important. Velocity of sound. Velocity of longitudinal wave. Longitudinal wave is given by V is equal to root of E by rho. E is equal to under root 3 by rho, which is further modified by scientist Laplace. इसने correction दिया, which is written as gamma p upon rho, right? Where what is E is elasticity constant. It is called elasticity constant, and rho is density of medium. Density of medium. Gamma is the value is fixed 1.41 for air. It is for air, right? It is a ratio of Cp upon Cv, that is specific heat at constant pressure to the specific heat at constant volume, and your P is your atmospheric pressure, whose value comes out to be 1.013 into 10 raised to 5 meter per second. So this is about velocity of longitudinal wave. This is about velocity of longitudinal wave. Now here I will write about velocity of transverse wave. Transverse wave. What is that velocity of transverse wave is given by V is equal to under root, this is T by N, right? What is T? Where T is the tension in the string. Now your tension कहाँ से आया? So when you stretch any string, you are stretching that part, and that means you are applying tension. That is tension in the string. And your M is not only mass; it is called as mass per unit length. M is called as what? Mass per unit length, which is also called as linear density. Which is called as what? Linear density. Right? So this is about the first part. Now check the next part. Next. Here I will write. Here I will go with the next part. That is, what is audible range of frequency, how velocity of longitudinal wave depends on temperature, right? All that part. Here I will let that part say velocity of longitudinal wave is given by V is equal to root of V is directly proportional to root of T. Right here, where T is the temperature. T is what? Temperature. Now there is one relation. That relation is there in 9th standard. That is called Vt is equal to V0 plus 0.61 times T. Right? This is there in 11th standard proof. Right? That is not required right now, so I am not doing that part. What is Vt? Is the velocity at temperature T. V0 is the velocity at 0 degrees Celsius, which is 330 meter per second, right? And T is the temperature. So what is the meaning of this statement? The meaning of this statement is that as temperature increases by 0.61 meter per second, and so temperature increases by what? 0.61 increases by, sorry, it's 1 degree Celsius, increases by 1 degree Celsius, then velocity increases by 0.61 meter per second. Statement says if there is a rise in temperature by 1 degree Celsius, then its velocity increases by 0.61 meter per second. And that is why at room temperature, so at room temperature, we are taking velocity of sound as around 340-350 meter per second. These are standard values, right? At room temperature. Okay, this is about one. Now next part is about what is audible range of frequency. audible range of frequency is what? You have from 20 Hertz to 20 kilohertz. Audible range is from 20 Hertz to 20 kilohertz. Now, below 20 Hertz is called infrasonic. It is called infrasonic. And above 20 kilohertz is called ultrasonic. We don't have ability to detect infrasonic as well as ultrasonic. We don't have ability to detect infra as well as ultrasonic waves. Right? This is about the one part. Right? Now we will go with the next part of this chapter, which is called as, now from here onwards it is your 10th standard cutoff. Right? Check. Here first we'll go what is the term called as persistence of hearing. Right? Now what do you mean by this persistence of hearing? The concept says the effect of given sound will be there on our eardrum. The effect of given sound will be there on our eardrum for 1/10 second, which is 0.1 second. Effect of given sound will be there on our eardrum for 0.1 second. So if the reflected sound reaches my eardrum or our eardrum before 0.1 second, you will not be able to detect echo. You will not be able to detect echo. But reflected sound reaches your eardrum after 0.1 second, then you can hear echo distinctly. So this is not the only one condition. There are other three conditions that you have to fulfill. Then only you will hear echo. Now, what exactly is a echo, right? So here is my reflector. This is my what? Reflector. Now reflector could be a wall, right? It could be a rigid wall, it could be a hill, valley, or it could be a edge of forest. Anything, it could be reflector, right? Here is the source of sound and detector. This is our source of sound, right? And the detector. Now let the distance between these two is d. Distance between these two is what? D. Now what will happen? Sound is produced from here, it will pass through this medium. Again it is coming back to this point, right? So what is echo? It is the sound heard after reflection from a distant obstacle. It is the sound heard after reflection from a distant obstacle such as cliff, a hillside, or a wall of a building, edge of a forest, etc. After the original sound has ceased, after the original sound has stopped, is called as echo, right? So sound is produced, right? It gets reflected back from here, and you can hear that sound after the original sound has ceased. That is called as echo. So can I write here therefore I will write here therefore speed is equal to total distance upon total time. Speed is equal to total distance upon total time. So can I write here total distance comes out to be d plus d, because जाने के लिए distance d, आने के लिए फिर से distance d, and time taken is what t. So I can write this is equal to 2d upon t. So I have a formula, v is equal to 2d upon t. This is very important formula for numerical point of view. This is the only formula we are going to use in this part, in this chapter, right? Right? Okay. This is about echo. Now, what are the conditions? What are the conditions for hearing echo distinctly? It is the, what are the conditions to hear echo distinctly? There are three conditions. First condition, the minimum distance between source of sound and reflector must be 17 meter in air. This is very important. In air, the minimum distance between source and reflector must be 17 meter. Second condition, the size of reflector, right, must be large as compared to wavelength of sound. As compared to what? Wavelength of sound. The size of reflector must be large. So in case of sound, this reflector ka size must be more than 10 meter, because sound wavelength is around 10 meter or more than that, right? So it will be of that 10 meter or more than that should be the size. And third, intensity of sound should be large. Now why intensity should be large? Because when the sound passes through a medium, some part of energy is absorbed by the medium, so that when the sound is produced, it gets reflected back. It is moving through that medium, so that the reflected sound must be audible. For that purpose, the intensity of sound should be large, amplitude should be more, right? Now we'll come to next part. Next part is about a term called as reverberation. It is reverberation. Now what is reverberation? Reverberation is what? Say this is a reflector, right? Here is again the reflector. Here is a source of sound. This distance is less than 17 meter. This distance is what? Less than 17 meter. Then this sound get reflected back, and original sound get prolonged. That is called as reverberation. If the distance between source and reflector is less than 17 meter and repeated sound is produced, so that the original sound gets prolonged, this is called as reverberation. Now this reverberation is possible, right, is experienced in high tones like Taj Mahal, Sikindra, etc. There it is observed. This is reverberation. That is called reverberation, right? Okay. Now I will come to the next calculation. What is that 17 meter? How it is 17 meter and why are it in air? So we have speed of sound in air at room temperature is 340 meter per second. This is speed of sound at room temperature. Your T, persistence of hearing, is 0.1 second, because we want minimum distance. So T will be 0.1. We want D over here. So we have V is equal to, this is 2D upon T. I'm writing this is in air. This is what? In air. Right? Over here this is 340 is equal to 2D upon 0.1. So 2D is equal to 34. So your D is equal to 17 meter. So the minimum distance between source and reflector must be 17 meter. Now in water, check in water. In water, we have V is equal to standard value 1400 meter per second. Again we want minimum distance, so I will let T is equal to 0.1 second. So I will use same formula, since V is equal to 2D upon D. So this is 1400 is equal to 2D upon 0.1. So this comes out to be 2D is equal to 140. So D is equal to 70 meter. So if it is air, the minimum distance must be 17 meter. If it is water, minimum distance is 70 meter. Right? Now we'll go with the next part, that is of this chapter. What are the uses of echo? Right? What are the uses of echo? Right? We'll go with what are applications of echo. Now echo find their application in two cases. One, is called as sound ranging. So first is called sound ranging, and second application is echo depth sounding. First is sound ranging and second will be echo depth sound. Now what are the applications in sound ranging? So you have, it is fisherman, right, take its boat, or it is called trawler man. Then you have dolphin, it is dolphin, and third will be bats. It is fisherman, it is second will be dolphins, right? Or you have fisherman, dolphins, bats, right? They use this one. Now this dolphin and bats, they are producing ultrasonic waves. What are ultrasonic waves? They are above 20 kilohertz. So bat can produce a frequency about 100 kilohertz, right? The maximum 100 kilohertz, right? So dolphins, to find their prey or enemy, they will send ultrasonic waves in the surrounding region. They get reflected back, and from that persistence of hearing, they will come to know at what distance exactly their prey or enemy is. Same thing with fisherman. When the fisherman take this trawler to a sea, then he should know what is the surrounding region, where are the fishes, or they should know the path, or is there any submarine or any other thing in the surrounding region that can be used by this process if they are using ultrasonic waves. So bat can produce, suppose there is a ball and here is a bat, it sends the ultrasonic waves of frequency 100 kilohertz. It can detect the persistence of hearing that sound, and then accordingly it can change its path. That is about the sound ranging. Echo depth sounding, you have a term important which is called as sonar. Now sonar stand for, it is sound navigation and ranging. It is sound navigation and ranging. It is sound navigation and ranging, that is sonar. In sonar, which waves are used? That is ultrasonic waves. Ultrasonic waves are produced. Now question आएगा कि why only ultrasonic waves? Why only ultrasonic waves are produced? Right? So there are three reasons. First, they can be confined. They can be confined to narrow beam. They can be confined to narrow beam. Second, they are not absorbed. They are not absorbed by medium. And they are confined to narrow beam, they are not absorbed by medium, and they are confined, they can travel long distance without deviation, right? They are not deviated in their path. They can travel long distance without their deviation, right? They can pass. So these are the 3 points. One is confined to a narrow beam, they are not absorbed by medium, and they travel long distance without any, it is without deviation. Right here, this is without deviation. Right? These are the 3 points. Now what exactly is a sonar? Here is a boat. Right? This is in sea. Right? Deep sea. Here is an obstacle, something is there. Here is a device called as transmitter or receiver. It's the same device which will transmit and will collect. So from here, sound is produced, that is ultrasonic waves. They get reflected back over here. So you have V is equal to 2D upon T. That is the formula, right? V is known to you, that is whatever V is known, V will be known. T is also known, that is known to you, and from this D will be the question mark. So you can determine the depth of that sea or obstacle. You must have seen a movie like Ghazi Attack. In that case, they are sending that ultrasonic waves and they are checking their watch. After some time, if they hear echo, then only there is an obstacle. If they can't hear, that means there is no enemy in the surrounding region. So that is the application of sonar, right? That is to detect submarine or any other foreign object in the surrounding region. Now check the next part of this part called as radar. Concept is same, but waves are different. Radar stand for, it is radio detection and ranging. It is radio detection and ranging. Radio detection and ranging. In this radar, we are using which waves? We are using electromagnetic waves. Out of that, which one? Basically, we are using either microwaves or radio waves. Which waves? Microwaves or radio waves are used to send signal. Now these waves are called as carrier waves. They are called as what? Carrier waves, which is used to carry signal from one point to another. They are called as carrier waves, right? Now in radar and in sonar, what is the difference? Radar will be there in space, air boundary is covered in radar. There is a sonar only in what? Sea, right? So in ship also you have radar because they want the connectivity to the surrounding. मतलब world से communicate करने के लिए they require radar. So each and every your ship is accompanied with radar as well as sonar. Sonar is used to detect the depth and radar is used to find the outside space. Say suppose you are air boundary and if any plane is there, is entering your boundary without unauthorized way, so you can find the location, you can send the signal to it. Now there is one more application of this sonar, that is echo, in the field of medical. In the field of medical, echo method of ultrasonic waves is used for imaging the human organ such as liver, gallbladder, uterus, womb, etc. This is called as ultrasonography. Similarly, we have used echocardiography is used to obtain the images of human heart. So there this echo system is used, right? Now friends, this is about the chapter. There is one more thing, is distinguish between sound waves and light waves. That is a part of this chapter starting me. So that part you have already done because you can write mechanical waves and light waves to properties. There first will be definition, second it required medium, here medium is not necessary. Third point, speed of sound in air is given as 330 meter per second. But there you have to write at 0 degrees Celsius because it is 330 is not at room temperature, it is at 0 degrees Celsius. So that values are very important. Then wavelength of light waves is very small and that of sound is large. It is of the order of 10 meter. That all that points will be covered there. So that's it for this video. Thank you so much for this. Please do subscribe my channel. Thank you.